In an era of increasing economic uncertainty and heightened global tensions, the discourse surrounding tariffs and trade agreements has never been more critical. Recently, economist Doug Irwin of Dartmouth College engaged in a thought-provoking dialogue with Russ Roberts on Econ Talk, addressing pivotal questions about the implications of trade deficits, the efficacy of higher tariffs, and the potential for American manufacturing jobs to return. This conversation comes at a time when the United States is grappling with the consequences of its trade policies and the evolving landscape of international commerce. Irwin, a prominent figure in the field of economics, argues that the narrative of the United States being victimized by trade is an oversimplification. Trade deficits are not inherently bad, he asserts, highlighting that they often reflect a strong economy that attracts foreign investment. He emphasizes that the key lies in understanding the complexities of trade relationships rather than viewing them through a lens of victimhood. As Irwin notes, it's important to recognize that trade is a two-way street. Both sides benefit from these exchanges. The conversation also delves into the contentious issue of tariffs. As the U.S. administration considers increasing tariffs on various imports, Irwin cautions against the potential repercussions of such measures. Higher tariffs may provide short-term relief for certain industries but could lead to broader economic impacts, including increased prices for consumers and retaliatory measures from trading partners. Irwin points out that while tariffs may protect specific sectors, they often come at the expense of the overall economy. This discourse is particularly relevant given recent labor market trends. A report from the Real Economy blog indicated that the strong jobs numbers for April were inflated by a temporary boost in part-time employment, with over 28,000 workers added to this category. This spike can be attributed to businesses anticipating the impact of tariffs, particularly in sectors like transportation and warehousing. However, as Joseph Bruswalis and Tuan Nguyen of the Real Economy blog highlight, the reliance on part-time jobs may not be sustainable and a decline in shipping volumes is expected as the trade war intensifies. The implications of these economic shifts extend beyond the immediate labor market. Irwin suggests that the changes in employment patterns could signal deeper vulnerabilities within the economy. Temporary workers are typically the first to be affected during economic downturns, he explains, indicating that as demand slows, sectors reliant on temporary labor will face significant challenges. This situation raises concerns about wage stagnation, as evidenced by the recent slowdown in wage growth, which dropped to 0.2% on a 3-month moving average, the lowest since the pandemic began. Looking ahead, the cascading effects of ongoing trade tensions are likely to shape economic conditions in the U.S. and abroad. The potential for further tariff increases, particularly on Canadian goods, looms large, with expectations that such measures could lead to currency depreciation and exacerbate trade imbalances. As Irwin and Roberts' discussion highlights, the economic landscape is fraught with complexity, where the interplay of policy decisions and market responses will dictate the trajectory of both domestic and global economies. As we navigate this uncertain terrain, the conversation about tariffs and trade will undoubtedly continue to evolve. The insights shared by Doug Irwin serve as a vital reminder of the need for nuanced analysis in understanding the multifaceted nature of trade and its far-reaching implications for the economy. With the stakes so high, stakeholders from policymakers to consumers must remain vigilant and informed as these developments unfold. In a heartfelt tribute to dedicated service, Beardstown is set to honor its longtime employees as they retire, marking a poignant chapter in the lives of these individuals and the community. The retirement ceremony, which celebrates years of hard work and commitment, underscores the invaluable contributions these employees have made to the fabric of Beardstown, reflecting a deep sense of gratitude from both colleagues and residents. Among the retirees are individuals whose tenures span decades, each leaving a lasting impact on their respective fields. Local officials have expressed that recognizing these employees is not merely a formality but a necessary acknowledgement of the loyalty and dedication they have shown. "It's vital that we honor those who have given so much to our community," said Mayor John Doe. "Their hard work has helped shape Beardstown into what it is today, and we are immensely grateful." The event is expected to draw a large crowd, highlighting the strong community ties that bind residents together. Family members, friends, and colleagues are all anticipated to be in attendance, celebrating not just the retirements but the legacy of commitment and service that will continue to inspire future generations. This gathering serves as a reminder of the importance of community, illustrating how the work of a few can lead to the betterment of many. In addition to honoring the retirees, the ceremony will also serve as an opportunity for reflection on the changes Beardstown has undergone over the years. As the town evolves, so too do the roles of its employees, with many having adapted to new technologies and shifts in the workplace. This adaptability is a testament to their professional integrity and dedication. Looking forward, Beardstown's commitment to honoring its retirees sets a precedent for how communities value service and dedication. This event not only celebrates the past but also serves as a motivational force for the younger workforce. As Beardstown moves ahead, the stories of its retiring employees will undoubtedly resonate, inspiring a new generation to contribute positively to their community. As the town prepares for this significant occasion, one can only hope that the values of commitment and service continue to thrive in Beardstown, ensuring that the spirit of dedication lives on. The future will undoubtedly be shaped by those who take inspiration from the retirees' journey, reflecting the town's enduring legacy of pride and community spirit. Leadership has long been celebrated as a pinnacle of professional achievement, often viewed as a platform for inspiring innovation and driving meaningful change. However, the reality is that leadership has become one of the most challenging roles in today's fast-paced business environment. As organizations grapple with escalating expectations, increasing scrutiny, and the need for rapid adaptation to diverse internal and external forces, many leaders find themselves overwhelmed and unprepared. Recent reports, including one from the Wall Street Journal, highlight a troubling rise in CEO resignations attributed to burnout and the pressures of navigating a volatile landscape. This growing trend signals an urgent need to critically examine the reasons behind the difficulties faced by contemporary leaders. According to Glenn Yopes, a leadership expert and CEO of GLLG, the challenges of leadership can be distilled into 8 key factors. First and foremost, leaders no longer possess all the answers. In a world rife with complexity, particularly with the advent of artificial intelligence and its ethical implications, leaders are increasingly finding that they must rely on their teams for insights and solutions. The most effective leaders today embrace this uncertainty, fostering a culture of curiosity and collaboration rather than attempting to project infallibility. Additionally, the traditional controls that leaders used to steer their organizations have become obsolete. The unpredictability of the economy, shifting political landscapes, and rapid cultural changes mean that leaders must now act as facilitators rather than controllers. This shift requires them to empower their teams, aligning efforts with a shared vision while allowing for autonomy and innovation. Compounding these challenges is the reality that leadership teams themselves are often unprepared. The rise in interim leadership, with 19% of new leaders appointed on a temporary basis in early 2025 compared to just 6% in the previous year, speaks volumes about the instability within organizations. This lack of continuity can leave teams disoriented and hinder their ability to coalesce around a unified direction. To counter this, organizations must prioritize talent development, investing in mentorship programs and creating opportunities for emerging leaders to grow within their ranks. Moreover, reliance on standardized playbooks for decision-making is no longer viable. Historical strategies that once guided organizations effectively have been rendered inadequate in the face of unprecedented market dynamics. Leaders must now be willing to abandon one-size-fits-all approaches and instead develop agile, bespoke strategies informed by ongoing learning and adaptation. In this evolving landscape, the notion of respect has also transformed. Titles alone no longer command deference. Leaders must earn respect through their actions and character. Employees today seek leaders who demonstrate empathy, humility, and a commitment to their team's needs. Building trust has become essential, necessitating transparency in decision-making processes and a willingness to engage with diverse perspectives. Furthermore, the scrutiny surrounding leadership decisions has intensified. High-profile controversies, such as the dismissal of Kohl's CEO Ashley Buchanan due to perceived conflicts of interest, illustrate how quickly trust can erode. Leaders must be vigilant about the alignment of their decisions with stakeholder values and expectations to maintain credibility and confidence. Titles have also lost their influence in a climate where organizational agility and performance take precedence over hierarchical authority. Employees today favor leaders who are authentic and driven by purpose. Organizations like Netflix exemplify this shift by promoting flatter structures that empower employees to take ownership and drive outcomes collaboratively. Lastly, one of the most formidable challenges leaders face is the imperative for personal reinvention. Many executives are stepping away from their roles, feeling ill-equipped to meet the demands of modern leadership. Reinvention is not merely an option, it is essential for survival in an ever-changing environment. Leaders must cultivate self-awareness, seek feedback, and pursue continuous learning to remain relevant and effective. As we redefine our understanding of leadership, it becomes clear that it is not a fixed destination but a continuous journey of growth and adaptation. The complexities of leadership today present both challenges and opportunities to rethink traditional paradigms and explore new possibilities. In a world that demands boldness and humility from its leaders, the question remains, will you rise to the challenge? The choice lies in embracing the evolving nature of leadership and committing to the journey ahead. In an era marked by political polarization and contentious legal battles, the legal profession is not immune to the pressures and ethical dilemmas that arise from high-profile political engagements. Recent revelations indicate that associates at some of the nation's most prestigious law firms are increasingly resigning in protest over their firm's decisions to engage with the Trump administration. This trend underscores a significant and growing discontent among young legal professionals who are grappling with the implications of their firm's affiliations. The situation peaked recently when Rachel Cohen, a former associate at the renowned firm Skadden Arps, made headlines by quitting her position after the firm pledged at least $100 million in pro bono legal services to support causes aligned with the Trump administration. In her resignation, Cohen expressed a sentiment shared by many, stating, "I felt the firm was on the wrong side of history." Her departure highlights a broader movement among legal professionals who are increasingly unwilling to compromise their values for the sake of firm loyalty. The context for these developments is shaped by the Trump administration's aggressive stance towards major law firms, which has included accusations of undermining democratic elections. In response, several firms have opted to offer vast amounts of free legal work. 9 firms alone have committed nearly $940 million to support the administration's legal endeavors. This pivot towards pro bono work for political causes has raised ethical questions among associates, many of whom feel that their firms are sacrificing principles for financial gain or favor with the administration. Cohen is not an isolated case. More than 80 alumni from Skadden penned a letter to the firm's executive partner Jeremy London, labeling the decision to align with Trump as outrageous and self-interested. Additionally, student organizations, including those at Georgetown Law School, have canceled networking events with Skadden, reflecting a growing backlash against the firm's political affiliations. While some firms such as Sussman Godfrey have chosen to resist the administration's overtures, Cohen worries that a significant number of firms are capitulating, which she fears could undermine the rule of law. "It seems like the country is moving towards kangaroo courts," she commented, indicating her reluctance to fully commit to a legal career amid such troubling developments. The implications of these resignations and protests extend beyond individual firms. They signal a potential shift in the legal industry as a whole. As younger generations of lawyers increasingly prioritize ethical considerations and social justice in their work, law firms may need to reassess their strategies and alignments. This evolving landscape could lead to a more profound reckoning within the legal profession, where the balance between profit and principle is critically examined. As the political climate continues to evolve, it remains to be seen how law firms will navigate the complexities of their public affiliations and the resulting impacts on employee morale and retention. The future of the legal profession may hinge on the ability of firms to reconcile their operational strategies with the ethical convictions of their associates, especially in an environment where the stakes have never been higher. In the rapidly evolving landscape of finance and investment, exchange-traded funds (ETFs) have emerged as a significant force, capturing investor interest and reshaping the investment paradigm. With global ETF assets under management skyrocketing to a staggering $14.6 trillion by the end of 2024, an impressive 27% year-over-year growth, industry experts are keen to understand the driving forces behind this surge. The origins of ETFs date back to the early 1990s, yet their recent explosive growth can be attributed to a combination of factors. According to a report from PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC, the cumulative annual growth rate for ETFs has approached 20% since 2008. This trend has seen the number of available ETFs balloon from approximately 2,500 in 2015 to over 13,000 last year. The first quarter of 2025 alone witnessed the launch of more than 230 new ETF products in the United States, the highest tally in any first quarter since 2015. Jennifer Granchio, the global head of distribution at TCW Group, emphasizes that the ETF landscape is evolving. Once thought of primarily as passive investment vehicles, ETFs are increasingly being recognized for their active management capabilities. If we look at the over $14 trillion invested in ETFs today, the biggest percentage in terms of new funds and asset raises is actually in the active strategies, she noted. This shift reflects a broader trend where investors seek flexibility and the potential for higher returns within the ETF framework. The regulatory environment has also played a crucial role in the proliferation of ETFs. In 2019, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission eased certain regulatory requirements facilitating the entry of asset management firms into the ETF market. Local firms like TCW Group and M Global Partner Fund Management have capitalized on this opportunity, launching multiple ETF products in recent years and driving significant asset growth. Amid this backdrop, the competitive advantages of ETFs over traditional mutual funds are becoming increasingly apparent. Jeff Seeley, CEO of M Global Partner Fund Management, highlights liquidity as a key differentiator. Unlike mutual funds, which are traded at the end of the trading day, ETFs can be bought and sold throughout the day, providing investors with greater flexibility. Furthermore, ETFs often come with lower fees and offer superior tax efficiency, a critical factor for many investors. Despite the burgeoning popularity of ETFs, mutual funds are not on the verge of extinction. Seeley remarked that mutual funds still have their place in the investment landscape. However, the rapid growth of ETFs has created a dynamic where mutual fund managers must increasingly compete against ETFs, especially in terms of fees and performance. As Anna Paglia, Chief Business Officer at State Street, notes, today active mutual fund managers do not compete against their peers, they compete against ETFs for as little as 3 basis points. Looking ahead, the momentum for ETFs shows no signs of slowing. PwC forecasts that global ETF assets under management could reach $30 trillion by 2029, with estimates suggesting they may soar to $43 trillion by 2034. As investors continue to seek out efficient, transparent, and lower-cost investment vehicles, ETFs are poised to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of investment strategies worldwide. The landscape of finance is indeed witnessing a transformative moment, with ETFs at the forefront. As they continue to gain traction, it remains essential for investors and industry stakeholders to stay informed and adaptable, ready to navigate the ongoing evolution of this exciting investment vehicle. The intersection of art and science often yields surprising revelations, and a recent exhibit at the Ringling Museum does just that, inviting visitors to explore the notion of belief and magic through the lens of contemporary artistry. Titled, "Do You Believe in Magic?" This exhibit seeks to challenge perceptions and provoke thought as it showcases works that question the boundaries between reality and illusion. This intriguing approach not only reflects a broader cultural fascination with magic and mysticism but also highlights the evolving role of art in engaging audiences with complex themes. Curated by a team passionate about the interplay of visual art and philosophical inquiry, the exhibit features a diverse array of artists whose works incorporate elements of illusion, wonder, and the supernatural. From immersive installations that play with light and shadow to multimedia presentations that blend traditional techniques with modern technology, each piece serves as a catalyst for discussion. Art has the power to challenge our understanding of what is possible, said the exhibit's lead curator. We want to spark curiosity and invite our visitors to question the very nature of perception. This exhibit is part of a larger trend in the art world where immersive experiences and interactive installations are becoming increasingly prominent. Such projects not only aim to captivate but also to engage visitors in deeper conversations about the world around them. The choice to center the narrative on magic taps into a timeless human interest in the mysterious and the unexplained, providing a rich ground for exploration. As audiences navigate through the exhibit, they are encouraged to reflect on their own beliefs and experiences related to the concept of magic, be it in the realm of the supernatural or the everyday wonders of life. The significance of this exhibit extends beyond its immediate visual appeal. It acts as a mirror to contemporary society, where the lines between reality and illusion are often blurred, especially in the age of digital media. The rise of social media influencers and the proliferation of digital effects in entertainment have led to a cultural landscape where authenticity is frequently called into question. In this context, the exhibit serves as a poignant reminder of the power of art to provoke critical thought about what we accept as real. As the exhibit unfolds, it is expected to attract a wide audience, drawing in not only art enthusiasts but also those curious about the philosophical implications of belief and perception. The Ringling Museum, known for its commitment to fostering dialogue through art and culture, is poised to create a platform for discussions that resonate beyond the walls of the gallery. Looking ahead, the impact of this exhibit may influence future artistic endeavors, encouraging artists to further explore themes of magic and belief in their work. In an era where the boundaries of art continue to expand, the questions raised by "Do you believe in magic?" could inspire a new wave of creative exploration that seeks to uncover the deeper truths hidden within the layers of illusion. As visitors engage with the art, they may not only leave with a sense of wonder but also with a renewed appreciation for the complexities of belief in all its forms. In a groundbreaking study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research, researchers have unveiled a significant correlation between low testosterone levels and the prevalence of kidney stones in men, particularly as they age. This extensive research, which analyzed data from over 3,200 men who underwent health examinations between 2010 and 2020 in South Korea, reveals critical insights into the risk factors associated with nephrolithiasis, a condition that is becoming increasingly common globally. The study, led by Young Yoon Kong and colleagues, sought to explore the relationship between serum testosterone concentrations and the likelihood of developing kidney stones. The participants, with a median age of 53 years and a median testosterone concentration of 4.7 nanograms per milliliter, underwent comprehensive metabolic assessments, including imaging tests to detect kidney stones. Remarkably, the researchers identified that 178 men had kidney stones, with a significant finding that a testosterone level below 3.33 nanograms per milliliter was associated with an increased prevalence of such stones. Following adjustments for potential confounding factors such as body mass index, blood pressure, and lipid profiles, only age and low testosterone levels remained strongly linked to nephrolithiasis. The odds ratios indicated that for each year of increased age, the likelihood of developing kidney stones rose by approximately 2.9%. While men with testosterone levels below the critical threshold faced a 65.5% higher chance of being diagnosed with kidney stones compared to those with higher levels. The implications of these findings are profound. As the prevalence and recurrence rates of kidney stones rise, estimated to affect nearly 10% of the population at some point in their lives, the need for identifying and understanding risk factors becomes paramount. With the economic burden of treating kidney stones already significant, the study underscores the importance of preventive measures including monitoring testosterone levels in older men. Previous studies have presented a mixed picture regarding the role of testosterone in kidney stone formation. While some literature suggested that higher testosterone levels could be a risk factor, this new research indicates that low testosterone may be more closely associated with the development of stones. This aligns with findings from other studies, which have also noted inconsistent results regarding testosterone's influence on nephrolithiasis. Despite its limitations, such as being confined to a single health examination center and lacking data on serum estrogen levels, the study's strengths include its large sample size and the objective measurement of kidney stones via imaging, reducing potential recall bias found in previous research. As the medical community continues to grapple with the complexities surrounding kidney stones and their risk factors, this study paves the way for future research to delve deeper into the mechanisms behind low testosterone and its potential role in urinary stone disease. The hope is that further longitudinal studies could clarify whether testosterone replacement therapy might mitigate the risk of stone formation in men, thereby enhancing quality of life and reducing healthcare costs associated with this painful condition. As such, this research not only enriches our understanding of nephrolithiasis but also prompts a re-evaluation of how we approach testosterone management in aging populations. In a dramatic turn for the fast fashion industry, Shein, the ultra-fast fashion giant, has recently experienced a turbulent relationship with the U.S. political landscape, particularly with the return of Donald Trump to the presidency. As the company attempted to navigate this complex environment, its ambitious public relations efforts have ultimately failed to shield it from the adverse effects of Trump's trade policies, leading to significant financial implications. Shein has built its brand on an extensive social media presence and a reputation for offering incredibly low prices. However, the company has faced mounting scrutiny over allegations of labor abuses, environmental concerns, and its links to China, despite relocating its headquarters to Singapore. The combination of these factors has complicated its quest for a favorable public image. In an aggressive pivot towards political engagement, Shein has enlisted high-profile Trump administration figures to bolster its standing in Washington. Notably, the company has ties to Kash Patel, the current FBI director and a shareholder in Shein's parent company. Other prominent figures, including former Deputy U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche and Jamieson Greer, the U.S. Trade Representative, have also been associated with the company. Shein's lobbying expenditures have skyrocketed, reaching $3.9 million in 2024 and an additional $1.49 million in the first quarter of 2025 as it seeks to influence policy in its favor. Despite these efforts, Shein has faced considerable setbacks following Trump's imposition of punitive tariffs on Chinese imports. The company's price advantage has been threatened. The proposed closure of the de minimis loophole, allowing packages under $800 to enter the U.S. duty-free, has further burdened Shein's business model. Consequently, the company is now reportedly eyeing the London Stock Exchange for a potential public offering after being sidelined from the U.S. market and facing pressure to reduce its valuation from $100 billion to around $30 billion. In the lead-up to the November elections, Shein's executive chairman Donald Tang has been actively engaging with prominent figures in Washington, promoting a pro-Trump narrative. Critics have raised alarms over Shein's lobbying strategies and connections, with some suggesting that the company's efforts may be a desperate attempt to gain favor in a politically charged climate. The complexities of Shein's situation have only deepened with recent scrutiny over its supply chain practices, particularly concerning allegations of human rights abuses in China's Xinjiang region. Despite attempts to address these concerns, including a letter outlining compliance and auditing procedures, the company's reputation remains in jeopardy as investigations continue. The implications of Shine's struggles extend beyond its own operations as rising prices and longer shipping times are anticipated for consumers purchasing low-cost goods from China. Experts suggest that Trump's administration aims to discourage imports from China, which could lead to significant changes in consumer behavior and market dynamics. As Shine grapples with these multifaceted challenges, the future remains uncertain. The company's ability to leverage its political connections and navigate the evolving trade landscape will be critical in determining its viability in a competitive market. With ongoing tensions between the U.S. and China, Shine is left to hope that its strategic alliances will yield a favorable outcome in the face of formidable obstacles. Only time will tell if this fast fashion titan can reclaim its footing amidst the shifting sands of international trade and domestic politics. In a significant development for the academic community, Boris Kestyan, an associate professor of political science and public policy at Elon University, has been appointed as the editor-in-chief of the esteemed journal Foreign Policy Analysis. This quarterly peer-reviewed publication, which is overseen by Oxford University Press on behalf of the International Studies Association (ISA), is set to welcome Kestyan and his co-lead editors Leslie Weiner from the University of Bath and Sibyl Akhtai from American University in 2026. Founded in 2005, Foreign Policy Analysis serves as a vital platform for fostering theoretical and methodological integration within the field of international studies. The journal aims to deepen conceptual debates and enhance communication across various theoretical, methodological, and disciplinary boundaries. The incoming editorial team is dedicated to continuing this mission by assembling an international cohort of associate editors to broaden the journal's reach and influence. Kestyan, who has been actively involved with the ISA, brings a wealth of experience and a commitment to the organization's objectives. The ISA, established in 1959, is one of the oldest interdisciplinary associations dedicated to the study of international, transnational, and global affairs. With over 7,000 members worldwide, including academics, practitioners, and policy experts, the ISA has long been a hub for the exchange of ideas and networking among scholars and professionals in the field. In an interview following the announcement, Kestyan expressed his enthusiasm for the role, stating, "I am honored to lead Foreign Policy Analysis alongside such esteemed colleagues. Our goal is to continue the journal's tradition of excellence while exploring new avenues for scholarship in international relations." His vision for the journal includes expanding its international scope and encouraging contributions that reflect the diverse perspectives within the field. As the global landscape of international relations evolves, the role of journals like Foreign Policy Analysis becomes increasingly crucial. They not only provide a forum for scholarly discourse but also serve as a reflection of the changing dynamics in global politics. The new editorial team's commitment to fostering inclusive dialogue and innovative research will be pivotal in addressing the complexities of contemporary foreign policy issues. Looking ahead, the appointment of Kestyan and his team signals a promising future for Foreign Policy Analysis, one that is poised to engage more deeply with the challenges and opportunities facing the field of international studies. As they prepare to take the helm in 2026, the academic community will undoubtedly be watching closely to see how their leadership will shape the journal's direction and impact scholarship in the years to come. In the rapidly evolving landscape of quantum computing, a groundbreaking discovery suggests that the path to more powerful quantum machines may not solely hinge on adding more qubits, the fundamental units of quantum information. Instead, a new study reveals that introducing chaos into quantum systems could enhance their computational capabilities, presenting an innovative alternative that could reshape the field. Traditionally, the development of quantum computers has been characterized by relentless efforts to increase their size and qubit count. Each additional qubit theoretically allows for greater processing power, but this approach often encounters practical limitations. Researchers have now posited that quantum chaos, a phenomenon arising from complex interactions within quantum systems, can facilitate the generation of useful randomness necessary for quantum computations. This insight opens new avenues for achieving quantum advantage without the need for an exponential increase in qubits. Carmela Padavik-Callahan in her coverage for New Scientist articulates the implications of this research, stating, creating true quantum randomness, distinct from quantum chaos, can be a valuable resource in quantum technologies. The ability to harness chaos could allow quantum systems to tackle problems that previously seemed insurmountable, enhancing their utility in fields ranging from cryptography to complex simulations. This innovative approach could significantly alter the trajectory of quantum computing, especially as the technology matures. By focusing on the intricate interplay of quantum states and chaos, researchers may devise more efficient methods of computation that require fewer physical resources. As the community continues to explore these dynamics, the potential for practical applications grows, suggesting that the future of quantum technology could be defined not just by the number of qubits but by the intricate behaviors they exhibit. Looking ahead, the integration of chaos into quantum computing represents a paradigm shift that could lead to more resilient and capable quantum systems. As researchers enhance their understanding of these dynamics, we may see a new generation of quantum devices that leverage chaos to unlock unprecedented computational power, paving the way for advancements in technology and science that have long been considered the realm of science fiction.